Welcome back, MVP Youth. Thanks for tuning in. This week is senior camp, and so we are going to recap all of the night services. Well, I say all, but there's only going to be a few because I missed the first night, unfortunately. Had some stuff go down and wasn't able to be at the service, but it was really good, so I've been told. And so we're just going to recap night two. This will be night two, and then night three and night four will come later. But without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so preaching is Brother Adam Shaw. He's from Canada, pastors a church there in Canada. He's come before. I can't remember the last time he was here, but anyway, he preached last night, and he preached on the topic of unstable. That was his title message for the sermon. Anyway, so he talked a lot about instability within our hearts, our minds, things like that. And the text that he used was from Genesis chapter 49, I believe, verses 1 through 5 or something. But it was recounting Reuben and Reuben, how basically Jacob was going on about how great Reuben was. And in this passage of text, it's like, oh, you're this mighty, this mighty man. You're a hunter. You're this warrior. You're this amazing dude. And at the very end of it, it says, but you're basically not fit. You're not fit. You're not going to. You've got problems. Basically, you've got problems. That's basically how I can remember it off the top of my head. And so he kind of explores that theme of Reuben being so great, so amazing, has all these talents, right? And then he compared that to just us as individuals or whatever. We have. He was speaking to the generation, our generation, the young people, and he was saying we've got, all these talents. You have all these abilities. We have just so many ways of connecting, and we have, all this stuff. We're at at a point where all of this stuff is so polished within us, going to church, knowing, even knowing doctrine, knowing, right things to do, Bible studies, and even, being profitable in the kingdom. He was talking about all those things, and it says, but through all of that, we're unstable. And his take was that just like Reuben, so Reuben, the reason why he was found to be unstable was because of an incident that had happened with Reuben's desire to take power, basically. And this is where Brother Shaw was kind of coming at it from. That when he got to a point where he wanted to, I guess, further his own self, his own territory, his own life, his own status, Reuben did. And Reuben, instead of allowing the process of time, like being given, all the power and the different things that were going to be due to him, he tried to go around his father, and he slept with, or basically slept with his father's concubine, Bilhah. And so what that essentially meant was that he was trying to bypass all of the necessary, like the order of things, and just go straight to the top. And he talked about, there's something specific there. He talked about selfish ambition. He talked, like Brother Shaw was saying, you can, at face value, you can say, well, yeah, the sexual immorality there, that was pretty horrible, right? Obviously. And he was saying, yeah, we could talk about how that will undo, so much, of your life. It'll create so many snares and traps and all kinds of stuff for you. He says we could go down that path, but really, he said what Reuben's story was about, that particular part, was that he tried to take power when it wasn't due to him at the right time. And so this selfish ambition that he had caused him to basically forfeit his rightful place. And so he was saying, we, or, young people, or you, whoever, we can have all of the right things, like all the talents, all the the ambition, the drive. We have all these talents and things that we're really good at. We're just, wow, look at that person. And when we start doing things out of selfish ambition to rise and to usurp authority in our lives, that basically we're forfeiting the right to that. And so, and that's kind of how he, I guess, mirrored that within the text and like currently, our own lives. But the main point behind that was that while we have all of these great things at our fingertips, right? Like all these different talents and, abilities and connections and giftings and all of this, when we choose to bypass certain processes and certain authority and all of that put together, we're forfeiting that. And that makes us unstable. And you can do, repentance is always there, but when you're unstable, when your foundation is unstable, you're not going to be able to have longevity. You're going to, somewhere along the way, you're going to mess up. You're going to, bitterness is going to get into your heart. Lust for power or lust for money or, other, people or whatever, that's going to get in the way. And so, with that instability or being unstable, it forfeits you from being able to have was supposed to be yours at the right time. And so it was just a really awesome message. But he was talking, like, closing it out. He was just saying you gotta come to the place where you're honest, about, Lord, I have these issues in my heart. I'm bringing them to you. I see this person that they're achieving more, and I want to achieve that. Just being honest with God, but putting that all out there on the table and giving that to God and making room for a place for you to be stable is the goal. And so whenever you're thinking, well, if I just kind of shortcut here and I just do this here, and obviously don't do that, but to continue to just bring those desires and all those things under subjection and make your be stable with who you are, with not necessarily with who you are, but with what you've been given, and the talents, the abilities, the giftings, all those things. And when you're doing it in the proper vein, in the proper way, you won't forfeit, your future. You won't, mess all that up. You'll continue to follow along with God's plan and God's timing with things. So anyway, but that's it. That's all I've got for you for the night service. So that was night 2, but we'll see you for night 3 and night 4. But until then, if you can, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, and I appreciate it. Oh yeah, and subscribe if you haven't yet. So anyway, thank you so much. God bless you. We'll see you.